Ron DeSantis and his hate-filled agenda, which of course is also being pushed by the Republicans in the Florida State House. They have solid control of this state and have for many decades now. But this agenda of hate is costing the state economy here in Florida billions of dollars already. Here's what's happening. Two conventions that were supposed to bring in literally thousands and thousands and thousands of tourists to the state of Florida have canceled. There was a women's technological leadership conference that was supposed to bring in 16,000 people due to Florida's mainly the 6-week abortion ban, but also they mentioned every other hate-filled piece of legislation that DeSantis has signed, so they've pulled out. A nurses' convention has pulled out of this state, robbing us of thousands of people, spending probably thousands of dollars. And of course, we cannot forget the fact that Disney shut down a multi-billion-dollar planned project that would have brought a couple thousand high-paying jobs to the state of Florida. So we're being robbed of future economic activity, and it's 100% because of Ron DeSantis' policies. The abortion ban, the book banning, the banning of critical race theory, even though they can't define it. The attacks on Disney. The attacks on the LGBTQ community that they have now put into legislation. Legislation that, by the way, is not faring so well in the court system, but it doesn't matter because the damage is already done, not just economically, but personally to so many people here in this state. They are being targeted, and the rest of the country is essentially voting with their dollars saying, we're not coming. We're not coming down to Florida, where tourism is the #1 industry in this state. If we lose tourism, we lose everything, folks. Oh, 1 or 2 conventions canceling, that's not a big deal. Yes, it is. When that is the lifeblood of this state, when it becomes national news, which it is, other conventions will follow suit. They will also leave the state. And if that's not bad enough, how about Ron DeSantis' anti-immigrant legislation that is leaving construction sites unfinished? Immigrants are fleeing the state to the point where last week Republicans gathered their business leaders in a little secret meeting and begged them to beg their immigrant workers to not leave the state. That's on videotape, by the way. Thomas Kennedy, a great journalist down here in Florida, caught that on tape and shared it with the world. But Florida's economy is already reeling from the hate agenda of Ron DeSantis. Like, these are not far off threats. We're not talking about losing a convention 2 years from now. We're talking about economic stagnation today because of that anti-immigrant legislation. All of these things are happening in Florida. Our economy is being intentionally destroyed by DeSantis because of his hate and the hate of every single Republican serving in our state legislature. None of them have their hands clean on this. They think they're appealing to their Republican base, and they are. But here's the problem. Eventually, and by eventually I mean within this year, those are the folks that are going to start getting hit in the pocketbooks. Those are the folks that are going to start losing revenue, right? Their little fishing business, their charter boat business, their little locally owned hotels, their small business. All of it is going to take a massive hit because of these Republican policies that are forcing people out of the state of Florida. And once those people start seeing those economic impacts for themselves on their personal income, that's when things blow up for these Republicans down here in Florida. And I can promise you, that day is not that far away.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.